Sometimes the tears that we cry are the healing that we need in worship. The title of my message for today is Tears at the Table. Let's go Bible, let's do it. In Genesis chapter 43, verse 29, it says, as he looked about and saw his brother Benjamin, his own mother's son, he asked, is this your youngest brother, the one you told me about? Then he said, God be gracious to you, my son. Deeply moved at the sight of his brother, Joseph hurried out and looked for a place to weep. In this text, we see that Joseph is seeing himself in his youngest brother, Benjamin. The brothers have already wanted food because of the famine, and they were getting hungry and they needed help. But at the same time, they didn't even recognize their own brother, Joseph, when they saw him. Joseph didn't reveal himself, but in his spirit, he was crying. Have you ever been in a season where your own family members disappointed you and you still love them enough to cry for their soul? Cry for their mind, because you know that you love them enough to be passionate and forgiving enough to say, yes, I'm sorry, but it's like I'm still hurting. I'm broken because I'm human. This text teaches us that, number one, and this is for my note takers, God will bring you back to the table you were once excluded from. How do we know that the brothers once sat around a fire plotting to sell Joseph? Now they're sitting and eating his food. Interesting. And Joseph doesn't gloat. He serves. In the text, if you notice, it says serve the food. So this text teaches us that God will let you feed from the same place you once bled from. Woo, God. Point number two. The table reveals your tears, not your titles. Notice in the text, Joseph could have stayed composed. He could have wore his robe and pretended that nothing happened and pretended that everything was fine. But the real truth is that Joseph needed healing in that moment, and he needed a place to cry. When success and sorrow meet, that's when worship wins. And lastly, here it is, and I'm done. God will fill what pain emptied. Joseph lost a lot of years in life, his childhood, his connections, his innocence. He lost a lot, but notice that he was willing to forgive in his spirit and willing to shed tears. In this season, you're going to have to shed some tears, even behind closed doors, on behalf of your family, on behalf of your resources, on behalf of your business. But after you get done crying, keep moving forward. I want to encourage you to move forward in spite of what you've been through. God's got your back. If this message touched your soul, let me know in the chat. And yeah, I got you.